Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in this world. This is Hejin Lee with an evening update for Bitcoin. I've got my cat in my office, sitting on top of my printer, looking very cute and handsome. My cat, I have a Mancoon, and he goes crazy whenever the printer goes. And I just had a printer going. He's waiting for the printer to start again. Okay, so here is a chart that we left off pretty much from. I had sent out a midday update because I had seen a breakout of the price. And the breakout took place from this bull flag, as you can see. And I slightly changed it before I started recording, cleaned it up a little bit. So I think we're hitting 1, we may hit 2 overnight. In the morning, maybe we'll wake up to 3. It's possible. I think what's also important here is to note maybe one possible to maybe probable potential on a price pathway, in that yes, we saw this as an ABC, so the 4 is right here. C was very short and it broke out. The only thing that, let me move these aside. The only thing that I see here is this is 3 wavish and this is 3 wavish. And knowing that the personality type of cryptos is they love to do expanded flats. We could still potentially see something like this. Okay, so then instead of a bull flag, we can potentially see that. Let me move these out of the way. Take a picture. And if this is an expanded flat, we will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down coming from here. Just want to alert you to that potential. That is not my primary count. Nevertheless, I thought maybe you should be at least aware. There you go. And if this is the case, this is my primary count, then we will see higher highs coming up. And if so, we should be hitting close to 9,000 sooner or later by middle of the week or so. That would be fantastic. And I'll set up a very special Elmo, burning Elmo, not burning Elmo, Elmo's on fire. No, that's not some, and to announce the arrival of 9,000 if that does happen. Okay. Having said that, let's look at now Bitcoin Cash. Some analysts out there calling this Bitcoin trash. I don't agree. I vehemently disagree on that notion. Going all the way back, I had called this. There you go. Here, this is where I started laddering in. This was that massive triangle we were looking at. Yep, right here. And I had called this big triangle, okay, a bigger fractal of this smaller triangle right here. And that was dead on. And I said, look what happened here. And look at what happened here. A dead on hit precision. And a lot of people got frustrated here, just seeing it just grinding down day after day after day, lower, lower, lower. And all my ladders got profitable. All the ladders that got filled became profitable. Now, having said that, let's go back to 1 hour zone. Here you go. I want to show this bull flag. Look at this. It's about to break out. Okay. Declining volume in a bull flag as it matures. Confirms it. Even for a triangle, declining volume until it breaks out, then the volume will surge. And when it breaks out of this bullish flag, volume will surge as well. Okay. If we get rid of this. Now, I see a pattern. And I'm just going to move these around, aside rather. And I want to see if you two can see the pattern too. Okay. So if price comes back up here, then I can draw a line like this. I've got a left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Okay, from here, here, here. Now, let's see what volume says. Here, here, here. Now, the only thing that volume here is much higher than the volume of the head. So it's not exactly a confirmed by volume head and shoulders. However, if I include only these, then it is here, here, and here. Valid. Then you have here, here, here. Then the volume will confirm for the left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. If that's the case, then the minimum price move here for Bitcoin Cash $18.32. And some out there will be, but how can that be possible? Isn't Bitcoin Cash inversely related to Bitcoin? I mean, wasn't Bitcoin going up like crazy when Bitcoin Cash going up crazy when Bitcoin was having its recent correction? What happened? How are they now projected to be running in phase? I think when you do enough technical analysis, you will run into this kind of conundrum-like situations where they were inversely related, now they are in phase and moving both upwards. And when they were non-phasic or inversely related, a lot of stories and rumors came out saying Bitcoin Cash is going to take over Bitcoin, so on, so on, so on. And now they're going to, I'm projecting here, so let's see here, I am projecting that they will both go up in phase. So if that is my projection, then sooner or later, news or events or rumors or some type of rationale will be put on the table, will put forth to try and explain that. Maybe the core developers in Bitcoin will finally agree to start using a gigabyte blockchain. Oh, great, everyone's now happy, shake hands, go back to where it was. Bitcoin is going to go up too, and so it'll be Bitcoin Cash together. Whatever that news or story or rumor or event might be will come out to show that the in-phase price movement between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash can be explained. And I think that's a little bit interesting because I've consistently said that Elliott Wave states that news or events shall arrive to justify the forecast. Now, granted, the forecast has to be correct. And that is where I think the power algorithm of what I have of combining Elliott waves and chart pattern recognitions enhances the probability of your forecast being correct. Instead of just purely relying on Elliott waves only, or purely just relying on chart waves only. And the combination of the two, along with experience, enables a greater precision hit of your projection being correct, or closest or closer to being correct. And in that scenario, you can then state that news or events shall arrive to justify the forecast. And here's the key, never the reverse. Never the reverse. News and events do not move the price. That's something that you really, really need to try and conceptually understand, but more importantly, experience it. So I'm trying to give you the experience here. Let's say my projection of 1832 based on this head and shoulders bottom means that price will turn for Bitcoin Cash. And I've already said that the price for Bitcoin should rise as well. So they will, they're not going to be in lockstep, 1-to-1. That's silly. What I mean that overall, they will rise, both of them at the same time, or within the same time frame. Okay? And I'd like to see what news or events or rumors or anything will come out to try and rationalize that. All right, so this is for Bitcoin Cash. Now I want to go back to Bitcoin, but on a cleaner chart, and show you this. Do you see a pattern? It is a huge freaking pattern. So first I apologize if there's some editing, jumping of time frames or what have you. So the pattern that I think that's clearly visible is a head and shoulders bottom, like this. Oops. This will be the left shoulder right here. Okay. This would be the right shoulder. This will be the head. And this line that I drew earlier is called a neckline. This is called an inverted or inverse head and shoulders. Bullish. Now I'm going to bring it down here. I measure, just like I did for Bitcoin Cash, the minimum travel distance by going to the lowest point of the head, drawing a vertical line until it meets the neckline. Then I don't have to do any of the math. And to find the minimum travel for that, what I do is then I copy this line and paste it. And I juxtapose it. So check this out. $10,000. I see a little bit of gap here. Let me just close that gap. Okay. 341. Wow, that's pretty impressive then. So if that's the case, that's quite a profit. So let's say you have, let's say $65,000 in Bitcoin, and the price right now is around 8,022 or so. Okay, and that means that 10,341. That's about 28. Let's say 30% higher. Then I think you can end up with probably $85,000, I think. Pretty sweet deal. You can do that with any values. Now, having said that, this is very interesting because then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is going to just keep going. You're going to have corrections just like we did here. Just like we did here. That means you're going to have the way I see it is, sorry you can hear my 15-year-old singing in the background. One, two, and this is going to go easily past that. Hold on, let me try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's what I wanted. Boom. This is the projection that could take it to 10,300. I had also said before 10,600. Now bear in mind that when I do my counts, when it's a clean slate and I relabel, you're going to see some variance of maybe a few $100, what have you, in the targets. Now this target is the target of the head and shoulders, but my prior target of an Elliott wave, I had raised it to 10,600 or so. It's a few $100 from a 10,000 plus pricing. And what's important here is not the dollar amount accuracy. I once had a guy who said, okay, I'm going here, hedging, we're like 10,300, I'm gonna hold you to your 10,341. If it doesn't hit, you're wrong. Bullshit. A person who thinks like that has a brain and a heart the size of a pea. Someone like that doesn't deserve to learn technical analysis. All right. The dollar values I put in are not written in stone. They are projections. And if you sell at 9,700, you still made a crap load of money. Okay, so when there's a variation, now the other variation is if I put in a target of here, let's say for this wave, right? Let's say 9,000 or so. Okay, if that's the target for 9,000, and then I write target 9,000, then you might want to say, but hey, Jim, you said it was 10,341. What gives? Are you just jerking us around? No. It's either a different target using different pattern, or this target is a subwave of a larger degree wave. So while this could be 10,600, the target I'm putting here for 9,000 is wave 3 of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, if you read the Elliott wave principle and review my tutorials, all of that will make a lot more sense. It'll be a lot clearer and not as confusing. But stick with me for a while. I can assure you, for all of you, if you stick with me until this time next year, not much of this will be new to you. The reason is because you will have repetitiously been inculcated into learning this stuff. And for those of you who do get coaching, one-on-one coaching or consults, it'll be great. You learn a lot. I think the ones who are doing some of the consults already have always said it was time well spent. For those of you, now I want to go to the weekly top 5. So, Solus Rex, man, you're the best. I am so grateful for your upvotes. I think you do understand how you are helping me just by getting the visibility of your high-powered, high steam-powered upvotes, monumental things. And Phil and Christian, F.A. Mungo, thank you very, very much. Michelle, I think you have me an automatic vote or something. I don't know how to thank you. You're the one of the very first consistent upvoters that I had from the beginning. And Alexis, I'm mighty grateful for the upvotes you're giving me. Repo One Reads, I know you guys are consistent upvoters, and you two are the lottery winners for the console times. Okay. And I was a sales executive for 20 years, and I learned early in my sales and marketing career that you get 80% of the results from 20% of your inputs, top inputs, highest value inputs. And that's no different for the steamed upvoting. I'm getting 80% of the impact on my visibility from the very top 20% of my upvoters. And so I started doing this to give consult. Now I've put a lot of my time, more than I thought I would. I guess, and I have zero regrets. I very much enjoy doing it. Because as I've been one thing I'm trying to be, and always try to be, is to be consistent. I'm consistently saying that my blog is here to help and do no harm. Boom, that's the bottom line. And I truly embrace this. And this is my way of giving back. And I've made tutorial videos. I've tried to address as many technical analysis requests possible. I get involved as much as I can in the comments. And by doing these, I have always consistently said also, I hope I have earned the right to ask you for your consideration for upvotes, follows, and re-steams. By getting those, it helps with the visibility of my blogs, and therefore it helps me better achieve my objective. That is my true objective. I mean, I'm here really to contribute, to give back. And that's really the best way. I think the Steemit community is bettered by it. So again, to all the top op photos, thank you very much. Let's contact me by Twitter or by comments. And for those of you who haven't done it yet, basically we use Skype. I share my chart with you, and we can do portfolio analysis. We can do Q&A, which will primarily involve you asking me to analyze specific cryptos, or we can use it for coaching sessions for Elliott waves or chart pattern recognitions, or anything else that you might want from a question point of view or a coaching point of view. So let me know your Skype ideas if you can, and the best times. I'll let you get everything done before Wednesday because Thanksgiving holidays are coming up. So if you can contact me by comments here or by Twitter at hedging_crypto. Send me a follow request, and I'll follow back, and we can set up a direct messaging to arrange the time. Okay? Again, thanks to all the top fives and the lottery winners. And I'll do this every Sunday night. Perfect. Have a good night.